episode of Bollywood this week. Friends, the fourth Malayalam movie which we're going to review this week is none other than Mammootty's movie Pullikkaran's Staraa. Mammootty, 65 years of age, Padma Shri Award winner, 3 national awards, 7 state awards. So what if a man of a stature of Mammootty decides to play a 40-year-old guy who's not had sex, who is a virgin, who wants to, go and mingle with a girl? And what if Innocent and Dilesh Potan try to set up Mammootty with a woman and even call a prostitute to their house? And with Harish Perunamma making butt jokes on Mammootty, there is absolutely no harm. This movie is a harmless comedy. I can tell you the last movie where I laughed so much in a Malayalam movie, I still cannot remember after Premam. I mean, literally speaking, there have been many movies. People may argue with me. There's been Honeybee, there's been Chunks, 2 weeks back. But seriously speaking, Pullikkaran's Staraa, I laughed my ass off. I was laughing in the theatre. I mean, the particular scene where the prostitute comes to Mammootty and Mammootty in those kurtas. I mean, Mammootty is looking like a stud. He can give competition to his own son, Dulquer. But Mammootty, absolutely, I mean, I have no words. Those green kurtas, those floral kurtas, I mean, the way he's carrying himself on screen, just wearing a kurta can make any girl go weak in the knees. Seriously, the most handsome looking actor in Malayalam cinema is hands down Mammootty. And how in the scene where the prostitute is coming to Mammootty's house and he's lying on his bed in a green kurta, opening one eye and seeing her, and how when she takes Mammootty's hands and he feels ticklish, and how when the prostitute goes and touches his feet, unknowingly Mammootty kicks that prostitute. The prostitute goes and falls on glass and gets a cut over here. That scene at the theatre was house full yesterday. Let me tell you this. And not many of them were Mammootty fans. Okay, they were non-Mammootty fans in the theatre. You'd be thinking, okay, this guy is a Mammootty fan. He's praising himself. I am not from the Malayalam cinema industry. So I do not have any favorites in this industry. Trust me on this one. This is going to be an unbiased review. People were laughing like mad yesterday. That prostitute scene where the prostitute goes running out with Dilesh Potan and Omanacha Pillai, played by Innocent in this movie, and the whole apartment seeing them, that just set the movie up for me. It was damn hilarious. Coming to the actors in this movie, we have Dilesh Potan, who plays, an epic character in this movie. Every time he comes on screen, his gang t-shirt, his loose t-shirts, or the scene where, Mammootty borrows his car and runs away, are absolutely hilarious, but innocent. 72 years of age, a member of parliament, and trust me, Innocent's antics in this movie will make you laugh like crazy. I mean, there's a sexual scene where Innocent is trying to compare Mammootty with that of a butterfly. That scene is out of the world. I mean, director Shyamdar has done a commendable job, and people commenting about the Tup song. I mean, the music by M. Jayachandran. There's one more romantic number between Deepti Sethi. I mean, the Tup song is absolutely harmless, man. It comes in the second half. Tup mithai. I mean, such a cute song with so many small cute children, dressed as toffees. And even Mammootty, for 2-3 seconds, he makes an entry. It is an absolutely harmless song in the movie. I've seen many reviews of this movie criticizing the Tup song. I mean, for God's sake, get a life, man. It's an, it's such an inspiring song to see small kids, coming around dancing and, singing at what, if the student does a mistake, what if the student gets a good mark, what kind of a mithai he'll get. Absolutely, unlogical to criticize that song. That song is absolutely fantastic. Coming to Harish Perunamma. I mean, the scenes between Harish Perunamma and Mammootty in the starting of the movie are absolutely hilarious. Mammootty enters this apartment in Kochi, and how Harish Perunamma, he's playing the watchman or the security guard in the movie, comes out and tells him to write his flat number. So Mammootty is going to stay in flat number 10O. And he writes it as 10 and O. And Harish Perunamma is like, why have you written 100? Write 10O. Mammootty's swag and Mammootty's attitude. I mean, the whole, swag on his face while he's walking, and he tells, Harish, you write it down. Even he writes it at 100. Absolutely fantastic. The next scene when Mammootty and Harish both go out to the school, and how they meet Asha Sarath in the bus. That scene is a hilarious scene of the movie. Harish telling Mammootty, go and sit next to the woman. He said, no, no, I will not sit. Asha Saratka telling, come and sit, I won't bite. And Mammootty sitting there. And Harish telling Mammootty, your half butt is outside and half butt is inside. That scene was absolutely hilarious. The next scene, Mammootty tells, oh, I've lost my mobile phone. And Harish is like, okay, I'll go home and get your mobile. That scene is like completely mental. Harish Peranoma goes outside Mammootty's house and calls him. Mammootty is in the school. Harish Peranoma is like, hello Cheta. And the phone is picked up by Mammootty. And Harish Peranoma is telling, oh, I don't have the keys to your house. How will I go inside to get the phone? He doesn't know that he's called, on Mammootty's number. Mammootty's picked up the phone. Absolutely kick-ass scene. And talking about Deepthi Sati in the movie. Deepthi Sati's scene, when Mammootty is in a train, Deepthi Sati both are in a train, and how Mammootty saved Deepthi Sati from jumping from the train. But when he has got hold of Deepthi Sati, the policemen come in, and how Deepthi Sati tells, that he is molesting me, and Mammootty gets arrested. That scene is also a kick-ass and a really hilarious scene. So friends, what is the movie Pullikkaran Staraa all about? Let us see in this review. Pullikkaran Staraa starts with the character of Alenshir Key Lopez. It is 1970 and India-Pakistan war is taking place, and one soldier comes back home. That very day, the wife opens the door, and all the tension of, Alenshir Key Lopez gets released, where he makes a night out with the wife and is born Mammootty. Mammootty's reputation in the village gets spoiled because from childhood, he gets into unusual circumstances. If an auntie is having bath, Mammootty is chasing a bird, but unfortunately falls into the pond when auntie is having bath. That's why his name is also called as Jabra, or what you call Waterside Kumara in this movie. I cannot tell you in Malayalam. So Waterside Kumara, all these scenes are very hilarious and brings a good plot. But when the China war takes place, Alenshir Key Lopez again comes home, and now he gives birth to a very black boy called as Mayur. So Mayur has these small cute kids, and how one day Alenshir Key dies, and now Mammootty's character photo is shown in the background smiling, and how Mayur tells wife about Mammootty. Now Mammootty has got a job in a simple teaching program in Kochi, and how from there Mammootty goes to Kochi, and how these circumstances takes place is the story of the movie Pullikkaran Staraa. The first scene, where Omanacha, that is innocent, Dilish Potar and Mammootty sit together in the house and drink alcohol is absolutely funny. That scene is kick-ass. After that, how Mammootty goes into the training school. Those three scenes in the movie. Let me tell you three scenes of Mammootty going and teaching the teachers in the training academy. The first scene is the butterfly scene. Mammootty goes and tells the people living there that how when the butterfly is in your hand, the opposite prophet asks, okay, if is the butterfly alive or not? If he says yes, he will kill it in the hand. If he says no, he will release it. So the butterfly example which Mammootty gives in the classroom was really inspiring. The second scene which really intrigued me, is one boy is standing in a classroom. He doesn't remember his work. He does not do his homework, and how Mammootty comes and tells, it is the bad memories in life which we always want to forget, and if we learn to forget, that is how we will remember. That is a very good example. Mammootty talking and giving lectures, in the classroom is a delight to watch on screen. Aged women oogling at Mammootty's, super hot kurta is absolutely fantastic in the movie. But there is a certain scene where Asha Sarath has been really tortured by people waiting outside because a small student of class 7 who went to pray Masjid Namaz comes late, and she shouts at him, and how he tells that scene takes a religious angle, and how Mammootty gives the example of triple A. Amma Acha Adhyapaka. That scene is absolutely fantastic. How the student realizes his own mistake and owns up that he did not go to pray, he went to watch a movie, and how the things are solved. Absolutely fantastic. That scene is really good. So Mammootty goes to Mohanlal came in my mouth. Why? I'm going to tell you. So friends, Mohanlal's reference in this movie has been given so many times. I mean, the first meeting when Mammootty is sitting with Omana Cha and Dilesh Potan in this movie, and how Mohanlal's movie is playing in the background. That scene is absolutely fantastic. How they come to know he's a virgin and set him up with a prostitute, and how to rinse all his sins and pap and start a new life. They send Mohanlal to Mugambika temple, and that's when he goes to Mugambika temple. From returning from the Mugambika temple, how Mammootty meets this girl Deepthi, in the train, who is eloping with her boyfriend Vivek. That scene is absolutely nice. Vivek obviously leaves her because he cannot, commit at this moment. And how Mammootty brings, Deepthi to his apartment and she stays with Omanacha. How they party together, how they go for movies, they go for shopping. There is a sequence in the movie. There's a mall. Everyone is dancing and they tell Mammootty to dance, and how he silently refuses. That scene is also very nicely shown in the movie. How they come together, but the scene of the movie is on the happiness day. There's a happiness day going on, and the hero is in tension, and Mammootty tells that take 50 rupees, go and buy a gift and come for yourself. She buys a gift, and comes in the car, and Mammootty tells, go and give this gift to somebody. Okay, nobody takes that gift, and when somebody takes that gift, and how she becomes happy. That was the whole purpose of Mammootty doing this scene. That scene is a very simple scene, so nicely written by director Shamdar. All goes in the pace of the movie. So friends, the movie starts, and how now the character of Asha Sarath comes into limelight. Asha Sarath is the Malayalam teacher who is, an old reference of Mammootty, and how one day Mammootty and Asha Sarath bumped together in the same school and old memories passed by. She was in the same class as Mammootty and Dilesh Potan, but the maybe scene is the highlight of this movie. There's a scene in the movie, Mohanlal is again coming in this movie because there's another reference of Mohanlal in this movie. There is a scene, where Mohanlal is coming in the background noise of the movie. He tells the small students that if you don't remember anything, just remember Mohanlal's movie. That's another reference of Mohanlal in this movie. So friends, now Mammootty is small, Dilesh Potan is small, Asha Sarath is small, and Mammootty tells, I love a girl who is as fair as my thigh is. And that's when Dilesh Potan goes to meet, Asha Sarath and tells that, do you love, Jabra? And she tells, maybe. He does not understand English, and how he goes and tells, Mammootty, oh no, cannot, she's not worth your money. Come on, let's go home. That scene is discussed by Mammootty in the interval when, Deepthi, Omanacha, Harish Perumana and Dilesh Potham all tell Mammootty that now you should get into an affair. That's when the interval of the movie takes place. What happens after interval is absolutely hilarious. All four of them try to get Mammootty hooked with obviously Asha Sarath. That scene in the night when Mammootty is under the bed sheet and they tell him to call Asha Sarath. Absolutely kick-ass. They tell him, ask questions like how are you, what are you doing, are you sleeping, and then ask what are you wearing. Mammootty calls and tells, hello, what are you wearing? First question is what are you wearing, and he slops the phone. And when they do a rehearsal, with Deepthi and Mammootty, and Deepthi is like, hello, Mammootty like, ooh. He gets all goosebumps in his hand. That scene is also very nicely. But the character of Innocent, how when they tell him, are you excited? And he gives reference of his age, that my age is gone. That scene was very nice. The shopping scene where, Deepthi is shopping for Mammootty and, Innocent is flirting with the young girls. That scene also very nicely shown. Then the Mithai song takes place, and how in the climax, what happens? Who does Mammootty marry? What happens to Asha Sarath? There's also Tony in the movie played by Sujoy Varghese, who plays Asha's husband. All in all, what I felt with Pullikkaran and Staraa is that the characters were not etched properly. I mean, the Mammootty's brother Mayur didn't come into forum. Again, Vivek's character was very badly sketched. Innocent and Dilesh Potham and Mammootty are a joyride to watch on screen. All in all, this movie is a laughter ride. This Onam, you can go and sit in the theater with brains at your house, laugh, really enjoy a movie. Don't think what is the story all about. How can Mammootty do this movie? I mean, come on, he's an actor, he can do any movie he wishes. All in all, this movie is a comedy entertainer. You're gonna laugh, that is my guarantee. How many stars for Pullikkaran Staraa? I give Pullikkaran Staraa 3.25 out of 5 stars. So friends, if you love this review, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. This is me, Amin Ansari, signing off. I will see you in another episode. Till then, as always, stay cool, man.